Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of the Magic Arena Run. Today we are doing the last event of the College Cup. We're doing Test of Leadership and, well, he's in the banner. He's headlining the command, so we're going to be running a Killian Lu deck. Actually, kind of a little bit sad because I wanted to do a Killian Lurus deck. Basically Killian with Lurus as a companion. I wanted to do it for Historic Brawl, but there was a bug that companions would not work properly in Brawl. They fixed the bug now. That's the good news. The bad news is I can't run it in this event because the only legendaries you're allowed to run are Strixhaven only. So maybe next time I want to give it a shot. But for now, let's take a look at what the Killian Lu deck is about. So first we start off with our uncommon commander. What is he all about? Well, Lifelink and Menace is not bad. Very cheap commander, not bad. The key part here is spells you cast that target a creature cost 2 less. So it works both ways. Target our own creature, 2 generic mana less. Target an opponent's creature, 2 generic mana less. So we have plenty of ways to stuff that targets our opponent's creatures, like Bloodchief's Thirst. If we kick, it's basically just black. Erebos' Intervention, that's a free 2.2. Chopped on for a single mana, not pretty good also. But we also want to take advantage of the fact that we're getting a lot of other interesting stuff. So we're pretty much running an Angel Shell over this, but we're adding a little extra spice. So Mutate also targets a creature. So mutating Necropanther with Killian out, that's just 2 hybrid mana. Cub Warden, 2 white mana. Dirge Bat, it'll only be 4 mana instead of 6, which is a very big discount. Cavern Whisperer, 1 and a black, not bad. Chittering Harvester, 2 and a black. So we don't have that many, but we do have some of them. But for the most part, it's about getting very good key cards. Oh, actually, there is one Angel I should add here. I only got 1 copy of it. Especially if you saw my recent draft challenge video, I got the copy right there. So we're going to add that. So where is that glorious Protector? Not bad, because we do have quite a few foretell spells as well. So I'm probably gonna actually just cut the Resplendent Marshal. We have angels, but we don't have that many. In fact, we don't have that many of a certain type, so this one's actually a harder sell. So I'm actually gonna swap it out with Glorious Protector. Much more useful. We're not exactly running a lot of board wipes here, so that is probably gonna change. It's just a matter of how it's gonna change. But we do have ways to dodge it. In addition to the Glorious Protector we now added, we're also having Semester's End, which, because it targets creatures, it's actually very cheap if we have Killian out. It's very nice also. And that's pretty much it as far as card. That's pretty much it as far as I can say. There are a bunch of various teams going about here and there. We're gonna test them all out and see which ones stick. I guess another plan we could do. I'm not running any snow covered yet, but there is a good possibility that I might swap out Plains and Swamps and just run a Blood in the Snow as my board wipe. That depends if cards like Dramatic Finale pan out, or what other big stuff do I have that's questionable. Basically, it's just the Dramatic Finale. Maybe the Shadewind Laureate. We do have quite a few flyers, but I don't think we have that many to justify this. This also gets taken out easily. It's also a human, so it's kind of awkward. But we're gonna try things out here and there. And away we go. Hold on, I'm also gonna have to edit this list before I pop it up. So Resplendent Marshal becomes Glorious Protector. Thank goodness I just changed 1 card. And let's see. This is... We can foretell twice, but if we don't hit anything else, if we don't hit any lands, this is super sketchy. I'm gonna mulligan this. We do have a free mulligan. Okay, this is much better because we do have a bird, although the ETB tap is a bit sketchy also. That said, if our opponent does play a single... Oh, opponent's also in the Killian. And... No, we could have easily just gone for the Vengeful Reaper Foretell, but... No. We're actually gonna see what our opponent has. If our opponent goes for Killian now, we're gonna snipe it with Bloodsky Berserker. That's also kind of worth sniping, actually. Because that one's gonna grow quite a bit. So just check deck list, properties, refresh cache of current page. Okay, I think that works. So let's pop that out. Opponent just drops Resplendent Archon, so pretty much control shell here. So yeah, it enters tap. So everything, non-basic lands enter tap. Can't cast more than one spell each turn. We have a Shadrix, but it's gonna come very late anyway. So the plan is land, Vengeful Reaper. It affects the number of spells you cast, but it doesn't affect. And it does each player can't cast. So our opponent can cast Killian, but doesn't get any. It's actually a bit awkward. Why are you running this with if you're doing a 2 spells deck? It's not bad per se. Let's see. I'm double checking if the list is correct here. Yeah, Glorious Protector. So opponent is going for Killian. And going for the Vanishing Verse early on upkeep. Yeah, sure, that's fine. Can't really do much about it. Actually, our opponent didn't exactly get any good discounts off that. So I'll play Plains. We'll let that resolve. We can still hit up top with Youthful Valkyrie. In fact, we can hit with both of these. Though I'm not sure if I want to. I don't know also why our opponent is. Oh wait, if they put a stop on my upkeep, they have to let it go. They have to let it through. And they have to pass all that. So we have a Giant Killer, but I don't think our opponent's gonna play anything big. Not quite yet. Yeah, the ETB's tap no matter what. Get in for some early aggro. Let's force our opponent to. Our opponent giving this up pretty much means that they want to start casting multiple spells. So I think that's an oops that they are going to start sniping these. Or something else. Okay. I'll take it. That was weird. We did have Shadrix next up next in line. Nice village, right? Kind of want ways to protect our stuff. A fight as one is gonna look interesting. Even if we don't get the benefit of Killian, but that's fine. Like how many? Like currently, the only spells we have that protect our stuff are Glorious Protector and Semester's End. Do I like running Semester's End here? So opponents on the Exodus deck, and all our stuff ETB's tapped. Ugh. Our opponent's gonna swarm us with tokens, and we are 1-for-1ing them. Opponent did take a mulligan. I'm gonna keep this, but this is probably a really bad idea. So basically, the plan is a late Killian and whatnot. Actually, our opponent is probably gonna play a lot of early cheap creatures, so I'm expecting either a Hound or an Alseid here. Oh, Stonebinder's Familiar. Okay, we did get. So one thing to note. Yeah, this is Zombie Knight. We can tag that. I don't want to play Killian immediately. Acquisitions Expert. So what do we discard here? I'm gonna give up. I'm gonna tag out the land. So we definitely have to play Scarred Barons at this point, especially since we've. So we're gonna basically hold up Murderous Rider. Our opponent definitely wants to. Okay, Clarion Spirit. No red mana yet. Okay, we did hit with the Blood Chief's Thirst though, so. So I can Blood Chief's Thirst, the Clarion Spirit. I can play Killian Lu just to force our opponent to play something that's not just a regular creature. Although our opponent could have something like a creature that makes me sack something, I guess. That's also possible. Basically, the plan here is some force removal, so Killian's just bait. I also don't mind our opponent going for an early Awaken the Blood Avatar. Cycle. Okay, interesting. Definitely my plan is to keep paring the board down. Opponent goes Dire Tactics, so... Okay, that's one good removal out, so I'm actually okay with that. So we're taking 3. No biggie quite yet. So our opponent actually wants to play a small token creature. So, oh, he might actually be playing regular Exodus, not Awaken the Blood Avatar here. It's interesting, interesting. Semester's End does not have Foretell. So we're only... I want to see what our opponent's up to, why they're holding up. Because we're just going to be taking 3 at this point. Opponent probably plays Exodus. Yep. Let that go. Take another 2. So we can play Murderous Rider next turn. Just take... eat up whatever removal our opponent has. We're just waiting. There's a Necropanther, which is nice, but I kind of need a setup here. I can play this as is. I can also snipe the stone. I can just snipe the Stonebinder's Familiar now. Because this is the greedy play. But it does eat up more removal. Since our opponent is clearly a removal as debt, I want our opponent to play most of it out so that we can finally play something. Though, yeah, maybe playing the Killian was not so great when our opponent had Dire Tactics. Also, our opponent's been playing white and black, so maybe no... I'm pretty sure they have an Awaken somewhere. Also note, Necropanther gets nothing right now, so I might just Cub Warden. Vanishing Verse. Okay, got even more removal, but this one's growing a bit big. I might just have to Blood Curdle the thing. Agonizing remorse. Okay, we're not gonna blood curdle the thing. But we got our opponent down quite a bit. Let's see what our opponent takes. They might actually take one of the creatures, though. It really depends what they have as what they have as their next card in hand. Because I always have the option to just blood curdle the doggo. Okay, no, they're taking away that option, so I will be forced to just play Cub Warden next turn. Sure. Okay, so they played all out. They're now looking for a red source. Timing's a bit unfortunate. Kind of needed one more mana to play this, then play this. So instead, we're going to play this. Let's see what our opponent hits. If our opponent just hits and plays Extus, it's kind of fine. If they hit red mana, that's not fine. Although it does get rid of their entire board, and I get to close, and I do get removal later. Let's see if they go for the Extus. If we hit one more mana, I get the option to close. I get the option to closing. Oh, I didn't get the one mana. I can just 3, 4. If he blocks with everything, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see how he blocks. If he blocks with everything, I'm good. I want to see how greedy he gets. He might actually even just let this through, which I'm fine with also. So, okay, doesn't matter because I'm gonna closing statement. I'm gonna closing statement Extus. Put. And thankfully, it's only an exile. So, opponent gets to put it in command zone. So we got that one kind of out of the way. I can just Starnheim Unleash the plane if I have to. Opponent boasts, and we'll still have mana to hit the castle, and we'll still have mana for Castle Lochwain. I might use this time to just play out Killian, then foretell Starnheim Unleashed. If our opponent doesn't... Yep. We also hit a Youthful Valkyrie, but no good reason to target that. Also really missing one extra land. So I might just play the Youthful Valkyrie and foretell Starnheim Unleashed. This one triggers on Angels at ETB battlefield, so this is actually not bad. Opponent deciding probably just give up the token if you ask me. Opponent is probably has the red source already. They're considering preserving that. Okay, they are really considering preserving that. So we're not gonna play Killian here. Yeah, really missing that one. Missing one mana. It does allow us to... Okay, opponent's still digging, so that's good news. Also, this is actually still quite expensive, even with all the tokens. Lose the Angel, that's fine. If we hit... So, opponent is gonna try to stay... Hold on. Ambrose, Dean of Shadow, put a... I can play as Ambrose and use this to snipe. Opponent's probably gonna start throwing tokens under the bus at this point. Or not. I'm concerned our opponent might have a board wipe though. It resets everything. Might not be the worst thing. Yeah, let's just reset everything. Now this will put pressure on our opponent to deal with the flyers. I'm literally just waiting on the land for Killian and Semester. Opponent goes Temple of Silence. They're probably gonna still keep digging. I'm very sure they're really waiting for this one. Goes Hardcast Extus. This is 4 to mutate. Let's get our angel back. And since we got the tokens already, I'm just gonna swing up top. Let's force our opponent to deal with that. Our opponent gets to get stuff back, but they don't have much to get back in the first place. Yeah, we were just missing that 1 mana this whole time, but we're doing fine. We didn't exactly get to show off with Killian quite yet, but all is well. Fairy Guide Mother, give it flying. Get back a creature. Stonebinder's Familiar. Okay, so our opponent is loading the board, but I think our opponent has a board wipe, which is why they... Well, it doesn't make sense why they played this one, though. And there's no reason to not take the 4 at this point. So, opponent needs to have 2 removal spells for this. Duress. We'll lose Semester's End, but you know what? That's kind of fine. And we'll probably lose Shally at this point because we're going to keep the Vengeful Reap. Yeah, we'll probably lose Shally, but that's okay at this point also. No, this is definitely something you want to play early. Sorry. So neither of the Deans got their chance to shine, but... Acquisitions Expert. Oh, they get a choice. They'll probably take the Vengeful Reaper at this point. And they play Fairy Guide Mother, but that leaves them with only 1 flyer. And... yeah, opponent see... Yeah, if opponent didn't see it earlier, they did see it now. There was no reason to hold back after our opponent emptied everything. Actually, I tried to do an Exodus. I was thinking of an Exodus party, but doesn't quite pan out as I originally thought. But so far so good. We're getting some good coverage with this deck. I would say that it's not perfect. If your opponent is able to maintain good control, let's say with a Prismari or a Quandrix build, you're going to be on the back foot for quite a while, so that might be an issue. So far, we've just been hitting all aggro decks, so we are kind of doing... Opponent's playing Professor Onyx, so straight mono black. We're going to play Temple of Silence to hit the land. Worst case scenario, super late Shally. Okay, we have to bin non-lands at this point. This is also an issue. I guess I could have made room for extra lands. Yeah, the dramatic finale, it's nice, but it's not really panning out. Worst case, I play Shally and watch it get killed because our opponent is playing mono black. Oh wait, we hit our mana. So I'm actually gonna just play Callous Blood Mage and draw a card. Perfect. That helped fix our drop. So we have Silver Quill Command as an option. In fact, we can do Killian Silver Quill. Opponent plays Cosmos Elixir. Ugh. So opponent's gonna be drawing tons and tons of cards. I can play this out first before playing this one. Problem is right now, yeah. So yeah, but so far opponents still just we're only dealing parity right now. We're not exactly going above and beyond. Basically, this one's just to protect this. Silver Quill doesn't do anything for that. If our opponent has a kill spell, they will get access to Callous Blood Mage. Which is... no, they don't. So we missed the land drop, but... but at least we dodged that one. Now we need to just dodge Professor Onyx. Also, not exact. Opponent's probably just gonna snipe Killian at this point. Ooh, Nightmare Shepherd. So they're not they don't exactly have the lands quite yet. We can snipe this one. Okay, that's fine. Take action, but we do get a token. We hit our land, so I can just mutate on this one, force our opponent to sack it and go for it. I kind of want to play this earlier, but no, that'll be this one. There are multiple paths around this. I definitely also want to just snipe, but let's snipe first. So this is a 3 and a 2, so I'm okay with playing Shally. Basically, it's additional fodder for the dramatic finale at least. So our opponent's just gaining life, which is kind of okay. If our opponent starts playing creatures, then we have an advantage. If our opponent, this one is dice, so we don't get anything off it, but our opponent is still on the back foot. Yeah, we're asking to get board wiped at this point. So we at least if it's Blood in the Snow, our opponent gets Draugr back, but we do get a few free triggers. And the Inkling that we will be able to mutate on. Skyclave Shade. That can't block, so something is up. Got ourselves our own Eat to Extinction. So I'm actually going to just swing first, see what our opponent's up to. Soul Shatter. Each opponent sacrifices highest mana value, so that'll be actually my choice. Killian Lu. Eat to Extinction, so I don't have to worry about this ever coming back. 7 mana. Actually, no, I might regret that one, but I think we're fine at this point. Opponent really needs a board wipe now. If their plan is to play Professor Onyx, they're in desperation mode. Like, greatest power, well, we lose a token. That's fine. Bastion of Remembrance doing its thing. Got our Starnheim Unleashed. Hold on. So this might do it, actually. So target player draws a card, lose it. Here, have a card on the house. And there we go. We may not have gotten the Deans, but we got the Ancient Dragon. So that was a very good run. I think our Professor Onyx opponent wants more control early. Like they probably want more hand disruption effects. They were very. I'm pretty sure they had other options, but yeah, they probably want more hand disruption. There's actually quite a bit of time. I'm probably still gonna play this deck every now and again for the college while the college cup is still up. I am no illusions that Lorehold is gonna make it out on top. I think Witherbloom and Silver Quill had the early run. I would not be sad if Silver Quill got it. So not too bad. Turn 2. No, sorry. I thought this was Starnheim. So this is actually bad. Like, what am I gonna do? Turn 3, make a token? I can't target with this. Yeah, the Baneslayer Angel looks awkward. Okay, this is even worse. I should have kept that first one. At least we're kind of just missing 1 mana, but I'm not gonna. We'll take another one. Heck, if we lose this one, it's okay. This is actually fine. So we got Birth of Meletis, we got Righteous Valkyrie, Starnheim Unleashed. I might actually just bin. I might actually just bin the Righteous Valkyrie. Opponent is playing a Prismari deck, so that's an issue. We're gonna go for this one first, although technically what I could have done is I could have done this first and then do this later. Sleeper Dart, draw cards. So our opponent is gonna churn through cards. We're actually fine with that. We're not playing Killian this early. Not when we have something else. So next turn, play out our land, play Dramatic Finale. It doesn't do much. I could just play out Ambrose, but let's play the Dramatic Finale first. This might eat a counter spell, which I'm actually fine with, because this takes a lot of setup. Also, if our opponent's running counter spells, we need to force them to start burning them. We can't just let them like this style of deck. This was the one I was talking about that we will have problems against. Though, let's see. Though they are stuck at 1 mana, so we actually do have an option. So Killian. Target a creature. Bone Crusher Giant. Oh. Yeah, take action. It's a good thing we went for it. Well, technically we could have gone for it in response. And now we have a menacing wall. So if I can somehow get Shally to Shale. I keep saying Shally. If we could somehow get Shale to survive, I'm willing to play Shield and set up for the Starnheim Unleashed next turn. I can also play the Cleaving Reaper, which... Okay, this ETB's tap. This one I can pay to get from graveyard to hand. It's probably going to eat a burn spell. Like, I can play this and make 1 Angel, which is very sad. I'm better off just making 2 right off the bat. I could just also play this. So if ever we draw another land, we get to play this. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, not too great. Ambrose is an interesting option, but... Okay, Pony goes for a Galacid Prismari again, but now has 4 mana. Yeah, now that will explain artifacts like this. It basically acts as a mana rock. Turned into a pumpkin. So we're gonna take not another huge lot of damage. 1, 2. So let's see if we and opponent plays witching. That witching wells, it basically replaces itself, so not too great for us. Got a Necropanther. We can mutate onto this to get something back, but we got nothing, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can actually just play Killian in Shale. Just spread the love a little bit, then see how our opponent responds. I can also, yes, I'm still not Necropantering on the wall. If we can get our opponent to snipe Shale, that's actually good, kind of good. Awkward, but still interesting. We are technically way behind at this point, though. We're staring at the face of dragons. I actually like this one. I actually like this build. It's just that I've been doing too many dragon builds recently, so... Ooh. You know what? I can't be mad at this. That's a very good way to finish. And our opponent had control the whole time. So very good job for our opponent. And it's a very good way, and that's a very good setup too. So yeah, I can't be too mad at that. And we were due for a loss, so it's not too bad. Let's do one more round. Let's see if we can make up for that. But also, at least we get to experience other stuff, because so far it was like white black. Technically, the other one's white black. I think they were just missing a red. And oh, this one's also white black. So I will definitely keep this now. We have Killian into something. Now, if I play Killian, it's gonna just die, so I'm gonna hope for another play. Or you know what? Show me your removal. There. Let's get that out of the way. Move it to command zone. Next turn, let's set up the bastion. Unfortunately, we have a bunch of humans, but we do have a Baneslayer Angel on standby. Opponents. Yeah, let's see what our opponent has in store. So blood is bad, shatter is fine, silver quill is. Do we have sacrifice? Yeah, we can sack that one. Eradicator Valkyrie is a problem. We're actually gonna take away the blood from the snow. So if our opponent hits another land, they just board wipe immediately, which I'm fine with. Arcane Signet, so they don't have to board wipe immediately. If we can hit Semesters, I will be really okay. Nope, we hit the Blood Chief's Terse. Can't play that. I can hold on to that. I definitely want to play this. Draw a card, lose a. Wait, return target creature card. Nope, we don't have one. Since our opponent's not really playing anything, let's just play this now. So, and we need to draw cards. Perfect. So that should incentivize our opponent to shatter the storm. Our opponent, we have to be careful. Shatter the sky, shatter the storm. So, little extra value off that. We got our own Eradicator Valkyrie, which our opponent can make a sacrifice. I'm fine with that, actually. I could just play this and definitely make our opponent sacrifice it, but that's a bit of a waste. So we're gonna just play the Eradicator Valkyrie now, and pass the turn. Opponent needs to decide if they just want to nuke this immediately or if they want to try to catch up on board. Best bet they play this out. I have no idea if they have any more removal, but... Oh, they're going for it too. Okay. Unfortunately for our opponent... Killian gives a good discount on Bloodchief's Thirst. I'm really just waiting for our opponent to Doomscar. Okay, that's another board wipe. But that's also another 2. I'm gonna try to... Reveals our hand. We're probably gonna lose Cub Warden, Intervention, or Baneslayer. Yeah. I can play Killian again, but it feels like a waste. The best bet I can hope for is if our opponent does not take Cup Warden. Oh, they took Cup Warden. This guy's getting super expensive, but he's no quitter. Yeah, I'm basically just forcing this one last card out. Our opponent could also just play... So opponent also has all the removal, so that one was kind of wasted. Still gonna take action. We are just 1 mana shy, and every time our opponent kills it, we are actually dinging our opponent a bit. Yeah, I don't want to play Baneslayer at this point. Opponent is approaching Blood in the Snow mana. They might get back the Valkyrie. So we might actually want to hold... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're actually going to play Baneslayer Angel and Giant Killer. So our opponent will need two kill spells. So this is not going to be enough. Opponent will need an additional kill spell. Like how many... That's 2 rat effects. We are vulnerable to... Okay, Soul Shatter's bad. We're still dinging them little by little. I kind of wish we had a reanimation of... Oh yeah, now... Okay, so that's a good reason of blood in the Snow. We're just waiting to see what our opponent's gonna do. I actually would not mind if our opponent lets us draw a card. So, opponent playing Shadrix is probably bad for them. A Silver Quill Command is fine. I'm probably just gonna... Oh, they're going for the big Shadrix. Okay. So... Beginning of combat, let's see what he does. He probably just puts +1/+1 counters on this poor guy. I do have an excuse to just off this. Okay, so... He draws a card, loses a life. Okay, does he attack? He plays a land. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's just 1 more mana shy of that, but he does... So I can ping this one, swing in for 2 damage. Just very shallow. I can just play this again. Okay, let them draw a card. I think that was a mistake. I probably should just killed it first. Because we're kind of working with inches at this point. So if our opponent goes for the command, I am going to just nuke Shadrix. If our opponent goes for Blood in the Snow, I am going to nuke his graveyard. If he goes for that, that just makes an angel token. So let's wait for him to cast Silver Quill command. Because if he's gonna make me sacrifice a creature, I'm going to nuke Shadrix immediately. Oh, he's gonna actually go for something else. So he draws a card, loses a life. Okay, now that definitely hits the yard. So, opponent probably should play this one now. Our opponent's probably forgetting about the sacrifice a creature part. Because I do have the option of just Erebos' intervention, nuke the token, bring our opponent. Okay, opponent finally goes for it. So, draws a card, loses a life. Okay. Opponent goes down to 3. Yeah, we definitely want to switch to Snowlands next time. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That leaves us with X -3 if ever. Okay, what are the creatures that we need to take out if he goes for it? Solemn, Valkyrie. Oh, just 2. So powerless. So he can't snipe this one. This one might be an issue. This might be a Starnheim Unleashed. There you go, Starnheim Unleashed as predicted. So whenever a creature you control dies, draw with a +1/+1 counter. Oh, the problem is the double strike. Hold on. So that's 4, 8, 12, 16, 32. Oh, that's enough to kill me. So I actually have to do this now. So 4, 8, 12. Then swing with this one. Take our opponent down to 2. So we're only taking 16 this way. Kind of a poor way to do it, but could be worse. So now we just need to land enough creatures that and just keep suiciding them onto our opponent. But yeah, we definitely want to consider swapping this out to snow-covered lands. I'm definitely gonna also consider adding Redain also as well. There are plenty of cards that are going to be quite expensive, so well, not that one, but that option is going to be there. We're actually going to be taking 10. Please let us draw a card. Oh, gives us a... Oh, they're going to go wide first. Okay, so we might still lose this one. Might as well play this guy. He will force a block. Or a kill spell. So we 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Oh, we're dead already. Let's see if our opponent figures out the math. But we are dead already at this point, so nothing much we could have really done about it at that point. But let's see, how many wipes did we survive? 2 wipes, a lot of removal, and a Starnheim Unleashed, and also lots of spot removal as well. So let's see how our opponent probably lets us draw a card as well. But if he does the math correctly, we're already dead. Let's see, how good is your math, opponent? Can you count? Opponent missed. Opponent did not see it on board, or they might have another pump, but they had us on board. This is literally they could have just given us a card if they wanted to be sure we were dead. As is, our opponent's gonna snipe this one. Yeah, we could actually. So that takes us down. That gives us a little bit of life. Yeah, move to command zone. One more trigger. Takes us up to 6. This one will... The lifelink is gonna hurt us. I'm tempted to play this one because this gives us... Because this essentially just gives... Because of the menace. Though we've already used up our Silver Quill... Glorious Protector. Yeah, that's definitely game. I'm pretty sure our opponent couldn't... I don't think our opponent can goof it up this time. So there we go. Definite changes that I'm going to make in the deck builder. Actually, I'll just make it now so that you guys know, so that when you guys see the deck list, you'll note the differences. So we definitely want at least one board wipe, at least one that can double out as a creature. So okay, let's take a look at the... So Dramatic Finale actually carries its weight, so that one's not bad. The amount of removal maybe a little bit too much, a little bit questionable. Definitely want the Chittering Harvester. I don't think I want the Cavern Whisperer that much, though the Menace is nice. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna cut the Cavern Whisperer in favor of... I said we need at least one board wipe. That's going to automatically be Blood in the Snow. Blood on the Snow. And we'll change the lands accordingly as well. Then, at the same time... Callous Blood Mage is fine. Renegade Reap. Actually, yeah, the Blood Mage is fine. Shally, kinda not so great. This one can actually go. I'm just gonna leave it there for the time being. I like the intervention. Vanishing Verse is definitely useful. Thunderous Orator definitely useful the times that I did play it out. So another option we could do is, let's see, Planeswalker. Look for something that can nuke a Planeswalker but targets the creature. Baleful Mastery, that one will replace Blood Curdle. Then I think that should be. We can sub one land with Agadeem's Awakening, definitely. Well, there's also Deadly Vanity is an option. More often than not, we're going to be playing the Selfless Glyphweaver half. I actually don't mind the few negate mutate creatures we have here. Like, we only have like 3 humans all in all, so it's not gonna. But yeah, but Shadewing Laureate, that one's a bit of a dud. Umbral Duke. Everyone's running Eliminate, which does makes plenty of sense. We can mess people up, but and oh yeah, definitely Solemn Simulacrum is actually a decent idea, though it is quite expensive. Cosmos Elixir, yeah, that was very good for that deck a while ago. Probably not gonna hit any of these other cards. Actually, if we're gonna be depending on a lot of these triggers, let's add a few more. So I kind of want Charming Prince, and I also want. Where is that spirit? Skyclave Apparition. So that would be my lineup. Reaper probably too weak for what it does. That one can go. So this is how I would pretty much run it now. Just exchange the lands, but that's about it. Oh yeah, and probably add one Shimmer Drift Veil if you're gonna do that substitution. That's it for this episode, the Magic Arena Run. If you like what you saw, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Turn on notifications and whatnot. I wish you guys the best in this final event of the College Cup, and I wish you guys the best of luck in the weeks to come. We are about a month or so away from another shakeup, basically a new set coming out. But until then, let's enjoy this for as long as we can. So thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you guys again next time. Take care. God bless. Stay safe wherever you are. Have a great weekend, everyone.